Can I make this Ford Territory a good Ford Territory? So today we've got a 2007 Ford Territory. It's done surprisingly low Ks at 165,000. Starts, runs, drives. Of course the window switches don't work and the hood liner is sagging. But more than that, can you hear that? So this is what it failed its warrant on. Improve handbrake, power steering fluid low, right brake light to operator line headlights, left fog light damaged, front brake pads low, play steering rack side, play left front control arm bush, noise, left tie rod end, to be investigated. Then there's some comments there, child seat, tyres, all that kind of stuff. So first I've got to identify if that play steering rack side or whatever is happening with the control arm bushes, is that the noise or is it the steering rack? Because if it's the steering rack, it's obviously a bit of a bigger job. And in case you were wondering, for the 20 people that saw the last car flipping video on the Mazda MPV, this is the car that I bought with the profit from the Mazda MPV. I sold it for about 1,500 bucks, decided to cut my losses again, make a loss again, and move into something that is potentially easier to sell, which is one of these. So this is where we've landed with the flip series. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing it because I'm not exactly proving that I'm good at flipping cars by losing all this money, but hey, here we are. This one should be a good earner. I picked it up for $1,200. If I can do all this work myself, then I should be good. But if not, it's a learning experience. So let's get into it. It is making a lot of noise on this side when I jack it. So I'm hopeful that it's the arm and not the rack. Also, working in front of these things is cool. No pun intended. Right, I got my stands under the frame there, as close to the front as I could. And the jack as the third point of contact, just to keep it safe enough. I'm not going to be spending lots of time underneath, so yeah, always got to make sure we're safe. That's the good thing about these square surface stands, is when you're on something like gravel, it presses flat across the whole surface, but there's always a risk of movement on gravel, so keep your arms and feet clear of the ride at all times. Now you're not going to be able to hear it, but there is side to side play, no up and down play, but yeah, there is definitely side to side play. Let's see if it's on both wheels. Oh yeah, this one's got heaps. Okay. Nothing up and down. All right, let's take the wheels off and get into it. Now the noise was only when loaded, so that is steering me away from the steering rack. Haha, get it? Hey? Right, so before I go replacing a bunch of stuff, I'm willing to bet that that bottom control arm has already been replaced, just because it's got this new black paint on it. See how this front one is like rusty, it's got a bit more damage on it, and this back one's got like, or this lower, it's got pretty good paint on it. Looks like reasonably good bushes in there. They don't wiggle much when I put my bar on them. So if you look in here, you can see where it's rubbing on the metal there. I'm willing to bet that it's these front sort of radius arms, so I'm going to replace those. Here we go. Just nuts and bolts at the end of the day, isn't it? It's just nuts and bolts. Oh yeah. Fucking A. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Off we go, baby. Now I'm getting the front radius arms off. Boom! Don't put it down, put it away. See, put that on there. Don't, you know. Any of my friends out there got the ADHD and they lose the bolt as soon as they take it out, because I do it all the bloody time. It drives me nuts. Oh. Yes. Got it. Is your Ford Territory making this noise? Check your front radius arms. I'm supposed to be going out for lunch. Oh dear. Oh well. Time to clean up. Oh, I have to do it myself. Oh, that was bad for the line. Come on, man. Anyway, let's get the new pads. Right, while I take a weather break on that thing. So the parts all came in. That's me switch. $35 this was. The reason why I didn't just fix the old one was because the bottom's all blown out. So even if I was to put all the bits back in and, you know, make it work, it would have just fallen apart again. So, I have fixed those before in Commodores and in Falcons. So what happens is these like little metal pieces fall out of them, and you can actually sometimes pop them back on top of the, back on top of the contacts there, and it actually fixes it. And then on Commodores I had to do some soldering. I just can't remember what I had to do, a bit of plastic welding, but you can fix them. But for 35 bucks, whatever. Some part opening ASMR, eh? Lovely. A tool trolley would be great. So would having a fucking garage. So let's just put some strength on that. That'll do. Oh dear. So we in fact need to go back about 10 mil. There we are. The other side's getting a rack in. I think it's going to be, yeah, that looks more like it. Sometimes I like to just tighten them without using a rattle gun, you know. It's just, you get a real feel for it when you do it by hand. I don't know, I'm not some weird purist, but like, I know that's fucking tight. You know, that'll do. Some people feel the need to tighten the fuck out of everything, but I don't. There's only a certain amount of force that's required, you know? Since I managed to not film any of that because I was not paying attention. Boots on, that's on. We're good. Now I'll put this radius arm in. Okay, so now I'll just go around and bolt check everything. Oh, fuck off. I've done some research, looked on YouTube, read the forums. Turns out the actual lower control arm makes a noise like this on turning. I've seen a few videos where it makes pretty much exactly the same noise. So something I should have done first. The radius arms were definitely creaking when I went over bumps, and I tried it by jacking it up and testing it, so I actually heard it. So I've got multiple issues here, but the one I was trying to solve, I didn't solve. So jacking it up by hand and then releasing it while holding individual parts. And sure enough, when I hold the lower control arm, I can actually feel the creaking in it. It's time to see why the new light switches that I got aren't working. So I'm thinking there's probably a fuse out somewhere. So best way to attack it, I see a fuse. I see two fuses missing anyway. What's this beeping about? What's that? What? What the hell is going on? So weirdly enough, when I look in here, I can see that both of these 30 amp fuses are blown, which is weird. Guess I gotta find some of them. So I've borrowed the fuse from the other one. It doesn't immediately blow, so that's good when I turn the key on. Still no windows. Oh, I've got back windows. That's new. So I'm guessing one of those is for the back and one of those is for the front. Oh. Alright, I went down to Super Cheap Auto, got a couple of those bad boys. Now we should have windowage again, eh? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Fuck you, window. I also ordered the lower control arms, $220 for both of them. Just going to replace them. Got me lower control arms in. This stuff here, it all comes with your, like it all comes with your hardware in that. I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. Because you can put new bolts on. And I ordered it on Wednesday and it came across the country. The guy shipped it straight away. I got the old one out. It's lucky these things are easy to take in and out because they apparently break all the time. So yeah, anyway, what we've got here is the old one. It's got a partial tear around the bushing on the inside here. You might be able to just see it on the inside edge. And then the end here has in and out play or up and down play. I felt it just before. I don't know if you can see that. It's moving ever so slightly up and down. Should not be doing that. So that's clearly the issue. Now I could have tested that before doing any work on the car. Probably would have been a bit easier for me, but oh well. Here we are. We've done the front arms as well, so preventative maintenance, right? Now my best way for putting them in, I'm actually going to use my other jack to lift it up a bit. Because you think about it, when you're putting new parts in, is the suspension always at maximum travel, like when you've got the car jacked up? No, it's not. The car is normally much higher than that. So why should I put the bush in at maximum extension? It's just going to stress the bushings out as soon as I've put them in. So I'm going to lift it all up a bit. And then when I'm putting my bush in, I know that I'm just about right. Now I'm pretty excited to get this thing back together, so I'm not even going to do the other side right now. I just want to hear to make sure that the creak is gone. Why won't it fucking start now? Oh. Oh, lucky I did that when I did it because it's yucky out there. See if I can start it up. Woo! There we go. Turn the lights on. Get some charge in you, mate. Right, now I'm listening for the sound. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I can't hide my excitement there. After it, you know, because it takes a while to do this stuff if you're part-time, not a mechanic, you know, in your own backyard. It takes a while gathering parts, affording stuff, finding the time, finding the motivation. It's been about 3 weeks, I think, working on this, you know, incrementally. So it's a great deal of satisfaction to have that sound gone, you know. I can move on to the fun stuff. Maybe do something with this hood lining, and I got some badges for the missing letters on the back there, you know, just little bits. I'm going to call that a win. I'm going to call that a good result. And I'm also going to call that the end of this video. So if you enjoyed it, cool. If you didn't, cool. Yeah. See you in the next one, mate.